set it up. I'm downloading the update right now, waiting for it to actually come onto my system and then upload. So we'll see what happens as that happens. We're waiting for that. I'm gonna go to Discord real quick and just show you something I just put up. This is my Catalyst Black story that I'm working on called Catalytic Rush. It's a cross between my comic book Blue Jay and the Rush and Catalyst Black. And this is the first page. I finished the inks right before the update came out, and I just posted it on there so y'all can take a look at that too. So it's something to do while you're waiting for the whole thing to come out. It came out pretty good. Actually, the characters from Catalyst Black take way longer to draw than my Blue Jay character. My Blue Jay character is like super fast. Sunder is actually a pretty easy drawer too. I can actually do Sunder pretty quick, but the Chosen, holy moly! And I came up with this background just recently. It's based on certain parts of the screen that we see, and I made my own background based on elements that I know from the map when I'm playing, and I just drew it that way. Alright, so let's go to Discord and start letting people know that the stream is live. Stream live. Oh, Twitterbot's working again. That's nice. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm downloading the update. I'm waiting for it to come up. I'm in the Catalyst Black Discord server. I just put, like I said, I do fan art also. I basically am a comic book artist. So what I just do is I do a lot of art based on Catalyst Black, and that's my comic book character also. So you can see an example of the characters too up close. This is yesterday when I was finished the Chosen, and it took a while to get them all up, so get them done. Oh my God, this kid's trying. The update is today, like right now. Go download it. You guys are always asking when the update is. Why are you being silly? It's up. I'm downloading it as we speak. You're being silly. No trolls. No trolling. So this is where I'm at in test flight. It looks pretty big because usually when I do the updates, I'd be done already. So new ascension system, so on and so forth. The first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing Eventide. I'm going to be running through that map because I actually want to see it. Like I said, I'm not really looking to fight people. Then after Eventide, I'm going to go look at I'll take a quick look at the shop. We'll look at the UI, do stuff like that real quick. Maybe about 5 minutes, but Eventide is really the thing I actually want to go look at. What do you mean by the sound is low? Yeah, man, we're working on it. Yeah, I mean, what's gonna happen too is it's gonna let me do a lot better content too. Actually, this stream is probably gonna be going on for a long time. This might be a 5-hour stream because I don't know how Ascension is gonna work, but I'm definitely gonna go over Ascension. I'm definitely gonna be looking at the 3D models of the characters and the fact that you can actually pick your characters. Like I said, what's gonna eventually happen is I'm gonna play all 8 character models, but I'm gonna lock builds to them. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I can bring this up. I'm really not sure what you're talking about. Secret Service. And aren't you in Secret Service? That's how we get updates. Secret Service gets updates first, always and forever. We always get the update first. GeoBeta does not get the update until after we've looked at it for at least 3 or 4 days. Yeah, so go to test flight. And if you're on Android, I have no idea. If you're on iOS, it's on test flight. Basically, Satoshi basically said, yo, the update is there. And then I went in, looked at my stuff, and it said update. That's what I just did. That's cool. But they said 3 hours anyway. I'll keep it going. There's a bunch of stuff I'm gonna be looking at too. But like I said, the first thing I'm gonna be doing is gonna be playing around with when we can play it. I'm definitely gonna be looking at Eventide first and checking out the maps. But like I said, a lot of the between the stuff that we have on the Catalyst Black server and some of the art that I'm working on, so it's kind of cool. I got the first page done. But this, I gotta check to see what's the size of it too. Why does it expires in 89 days? Usually it says 90 days on the first day. I think somebody showed that too, like it said, it's still in maintenance. But I'll log on to see that also. Because it seems to be a big update. Like when I downloaded the Clash one, it didn't take no time at all. All the updates before, it doesn't take that long. You seem to be the only one who has the issue. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I speak louder. The mic is at full. I can't get it any louder than that. I know. It's sort of like when we were playing a few days ago too, when we were in the Clash one. Eventually it started like you weren't able to log on and there was nothing you could do about it. They did the maintenance at around 12. So 12, 1, 2. It's almost 3 hours. So it's gonna be really soon afterwards. So it ain't gonna be a big deal. It's actually 3 hours because they said the maintenance was gonna be for 3 hours unless the Twitter they dropped. When you look at the Twitter, so let me show you why I said that. This is the 3rd hour. So if you look at right here in Discord, if we go to announcements, actually go to Twitter, ETA 3 hours downtime. That was at 12:21. So we're only around, maybe around 15 to 17 minutes away from it being back up. If it's exactly 3 hours. So we're close. So it's not that much to wait for. Looks like 15 more minutes. So did mine. Woohoo! And this is where we're at right now. We caught us in maintenance mode. And like I said, based on when the tweet came out, it looks like it was 12:21, and they said about 3 hours. So we're at 2:05. So we're thinking maybe another 16 minutes, 15 to 16 minutes. If it's 3 hours, like they said, might be a little longer, might be a little faster. You never know. Like I said, like while I'm waiting, oh yeah, there was an interesting thing too. Not So Urgent Mountain was talking about that chart he came up with in screenshots is actually correct. For some bizarre reason, when you used to go from level 1, from level 10 to 11, it was 1500. When you went from 11 to 12, it was also 1500. Don't know why, but that's how it was. And when you're going from 12 to 18, it was 1800. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they have this whole new layout and everything. Oh, I can show you art in the meantime. What's the art? The fan art. Like I said, this is where I got today with my art. I mean, I didn't close that off. So this is panel 1, panel 2, Blue Jay rocking an Isia mask. Panel 3, Sunder landing in front of him. Panel 4, Sunder trying to give him the claws, and him tossing Sunder for trying to give him the claws. So that's the whole layout for the page. And the way I broke it up is each panel is a whole section of pictures on their own. And what I plan on doing with it is I'm gonna try to animate these characters, add clouds, moving trees, and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm gonna be working with. But yeah, this is the first page. Let me see if I can find the original sketch that I did. The original sketch layout for it is really, really, really blocky. So a lot of times when I show people stuff, they're like, well, that doesn't look that great. But yeah, there's a buddy of mine, I tell him too, whenever I show you stuff, I'm only showing you my layout. So this was the original. This is the page that you just saw finished. This is how I laid it out. There was no background initially. His head was a little bigger. So this is the idea. And that was supposed to be Maria, but I changed it to Connie because that's like one of my favorite characters. The 3 that you see there are my 3 favorite chosen. That's why they're in there. It was supposed to be Maria, but I screwed up. As I was drawing the other pages, I went Connie. So it started from this, and we ended to that. So where we are right now, if we go to present, and it ended here. So it came out pretty good. And you can also see the 3 characters. There's Connie, there's Afua, and there's Vince. And what I did too is the way I draw the top views of these guns, Vince stands out too. Like when you see them all 3 together, what you don't get is, like, to me, that's a very impressive picture for me. Like, it took a really long time to draw all of those characters because, again, I showed you they came from just balls and circles. So what I do is I bring down Ed Art's layout or drawing, or the art team's creation of them, and then I sit down and I just keep drawing it. And the thing too is, whenever you see my stuff, if it looks good in black and white, I've gotten to the level now, whenever I color them, they look even better. So that's the thing that I like. It looks really good the way it looks right now. It's gonna look better when I add color to it. And this is more comic book style. It's not gonna be paint style, because paint style would make this take 10 times longer, and I don't want to sit down painting this. Thank you, man. But it's 4-part story, and the idea is I want to get it's my take of how the world works. Like, my idea is why everybody looks the same. There's two ideas I came up with. Either everybody looks the way they look because they're clones. That's one way that why everyone looks so similar. Or the reason all the characters dress the way they dress and look the way they look, they're all trying to have the look of the original summoners of Sunder, Isia, and Nock, Janek, Janks, and Torden. So the original summoners all kind of look like this. So that's why they all dress the way they dress. That's why they all have a very similar look. That's to explain why we have like 7 Eds running around, or 7 Vince running around, or 14 Afuas. It's because everybody kind of has to look like the original summoners. That's part of the process of getting those primal gods to come out through the people. Like, not the reason they're called chosen is not everybody can do it. Only certain people can. So, oh yeah, I had to so the idea is I take the side view that I see, and then I project it into 3D in my head. And then as I'm doing that, as I'm adding in all the stuff, and then I made it a reasonable size that her body can hold it, versus when you're looking at it in the game, it's way bigger. Yeah, but that's kind of the idea. Like, I wish there was more lore, but those are some of the ideas that I'm thinking about, like why things could look the way they look, and why people dress the way they dress, why a lot of the characters, why you have so many characters that look similar. But yeah, I mean, it'll be exciting when we can get skins and a bunch of other stuff. But complete fan fiction, my own ideas, and the way it works is, in my story, is my characters have the ability to travel to different dimensional realities that we call dimes or splits. So he was supposed to be traveling from using something called a dim door. He was trying to go to a dimensional door to go from one part of Earth to another, from one city to another, and there was a little bit of a hiccup, and then in the hiccup he winds up in the Catalyst Black world. So the way I do it is, it's funny. They're supposed to be a really good tech, but Blue Jay has there are about 5 or 6 drawings I've done where Blue Jay has accidentally been knocked into another dimension because of the dimensional door not going where it's supposed to go. And the trick might be is, it's not an error or something breaking. He needed to go to those places. So destiny or fate makes it happen. And it always looks like, wow, there's a problem with the gear. So story devices, how to get people where they need to go. But yeah, like I said, it came out pretty good. When I add color though, it'll look a lot better. It'll look a lot better. Because you can see too, because of the paint style, you're gonna see the colors are gonna be vibrant, sort of like this. They're gonna be really vibrant, stuff like this. And then Leopard is also in it. She's in the last page, and she's trying to track down Blue Jay because he went missing. But like, these are skins from characters. These are my original characters if they were in Catalyst Black. So that's the idea I came up with. And I'm going to be creating a variant of Sunder called the Spotted Sunder, based on her design. And the power that Sunder is going to have is a power called Mimic. So any ability that Primal used against it, any power that a Primal used against it, she can duplicate. So the Spotted Sunder's ability is that, and Spotted Sunder is really fast. It may not be tanky. Actually, it would also be super tanky because this character has a healing factor. So yeah, it would kind of be tanky. And then the Blue Jay version is his version of Isia, is basically has gold eyes and has more like bird-like features. Like her feet look like yellow claws of the bird. Her hands look more like clutches or claws of a bird too. And then the idea is she's a lot tankier than a normal Isia, and she's stronger than a normal Isia. She's like an Isia that can manhandle Sunders. Like if a Sunder tries to jump at them, like he could grab that Sunder and throw that Sunder out of the way. Not even using ice, just pure raw power. It's a more powerful version of Isia. And the idea too is Blue Jay has a power of calculated certainty. Like he can, based on all the actions happening around him, he can figure out like what's gonna happen. So the power she has would be even like prediction or predetermination. So she has better reaction or better move time than other people. So yeah, but those are the ideas. I have to actually draw it, but those are the ideas that I have. So it's gonna be two variant versions of it, and it's called the Jayhawk Isia, and the other one is gonna be Spotted Thunder. It's gonna have spots like a cheetah. Yeah, like instead of using Torden's hammer, you can slam both of the hands down and create a version of that. Instead of basically doing like what Isia does, she can call down ice. She can also send out like an ice blast from the hand. It's a weaker version, but it's still a copy of the power that we used against her. I'm not sure if Nox's power is blink or zoom, but like if it could teleport, she could do a teleport too, stuff like that. Yeah, but this is just story. This isn't the idea of the story. Like, because this 4-page comic doesn't have any fights in it besides Thunder getting tossed by Blue Jay in the beginning. But the next one I want to do is when they meet up, they're gonna fight like 5 or 6 primals, and I want them to actually transform into their variants and have a good like 2 or 3 page fight. So that's what I want to do. That one might be somewhere between 6 to 8 pages, just because a lot of it's gonna be fight and then wrap up. And I'm gonna have the other characters running around, like providing cover fire and a bunch of other fun stuff to help them. Because, like I said, 6 primals versus 2, even if they have really nifty abilities, it's still gonna be a little bit of a challenge. And I have to choreograph that fight in my head, what it's gonna be like. Let's see, we're still in maintenance mode. Authenticated, maybe. Hold on. Move you up one more time. We're at 217. Dang it, we're still there. Let me see if we go into Discord. Yeah, I accept the invite. Non-status. I wonder, do they have patch notes at all? That's something to check. Let me see. If I go to, it's gonna be. I'm surprised they don't have this saved as like a. Black. There you go. This guy is black.com. Wasn't sure if it was. Get me there. Let's see. Any patch notes? News, please. Oh boy. Oh no, no patch notes yet either. So let me see. We have no patch notes yet. Let's go to YouTube. Any Secret Service directives? Nope. So we're just jumping around looking for stuff. Nothing. Nothing. I don't think it's going to be 3 hours. Yeah. I wish they did it more like, remember back in the days in VG they would always release them right before the updates would come out. So you get a day or two to know what's coming out. It wasn't on the day of, it was always a day or two. It'd be actually a little bit neater. So at least you could read what's coming. Because usually when the patch is out, you really go back and read the patch notes. I do it only for content, but I don't really need to. Oh my god, it's kind of funny. But yeah, man. Like I said, I'll probably be streaming most of the day once I'm able to play it. I want to see what's in the new shop, and if I can get my 2 support items, I think I have enough. I have enough to get support items right away. I'm pretty sure that the mortar turret is gonna be support, and if I'm correct about the new dual wield weapon being a support item, that'd be freaking awesome. I'd be good. I'd be set. Those are the 2 things I kind of need. I'm just trying to get my final banner done. Once I have that, I'm straight, and then we can just start building again, trying to get everything. But here's the thing too, you can get gear through Ascension, so we have to see, like, there's gonna be a whole section of the video that's gonna be just Ascension related, and it depends how much credit we're gonna get based on all the stuff we already have, because the way the Ascension levels are supposed to work is if you already have gear and levels, you're gonna be getting a lot of, should be able to open up a lot of boxes. So that's what I'm hoping for. Oh yeah, man. New maps and stuff. Yeah, that's another cool thing too. After this thing's out for a bit, probably Geo Beta gets theirs too. Oh, excuse me. Like, one of the things we're gonna be looking for, I remember when they had released patch 0.5. There was like an issue with the chain guns. Or 0.4, the chain guns were like messed up, like you couldn't use them. And they like were releasing like little updates right there. So that's the reason why it doesn't go out to everybody. Oh, cool beans. Yay! All right, all right, all right. You missed nothing. Oh, here's all you missed. Just art. All you missed is just this. I just posted this in fan art, and it still got some errors in it too. I've just noticed that too. I just posted this in fan art. The first page of the comic I'm working on. That's pretty much all. That's all you missed. I've updated. I'm waiting for the. Where is this? I'll just add mine too. Underscore. Yeah, so all I just keep doing is I go back and I check. So Dusty, this is the part. Yeah, I'm probably gonna. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna animate that whole. I'm gonna animate that whole story. So I might just do that on as a stream too, because I'm gonna be animating that for sure. I want to do it as a motion comic and an actual comic too. So you're gonna see it in both ways. So that's kind of my plan for it. Yeah, but the Werble stuff is, and what's fun about Werble is not hard at all. It's just what I do is a lot of times I'll sit down and I'll look at guys who are really good at it, like this guy Babylon Buzz. He does these amazing cinematic looking stuff. He'll take comic book covers from like DC or Marvel, or he even did one like of Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z, and they look amazing. And then sometimes I'm like, man, how'd you do that? And then he'll tell you stuff, and you're like, wait, how did that move? And he'll be like, well, I'm using this program. And that's how I find out about a lot of really cool stuff too. Like I'll ask, and he actually tells you stuff. He just got that guy's so good with Werble. He recently got a job with Todd McFarlane done to do some stuff for him too. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, actually, one of the things I wanted to do too, I might actually do it still. If you go into fan art, I believe, was it Strayhand who did it, or Strayhorn who did this? I actually want to animate. This. Yeah, Straythron. Like if I download the save the image, I can actually Werble that image too. What I wanted to do was make the blood actually move, make the hair move too. Like there's a lot of different hair pieces that I can manipulate to actually make the hair have actually motion. So I might do that too, and post it back. But I was thinking about doing that too, because there's ways to make blood look like it's running, and then just do everything in that chromatic blue, or start highlighting certain things, like make the blood red, change little things, little details in it, but then actually animate that. So I might work on that. That's one of the things I was thinking of doing too. But he has some really nice ones. He also did one of Dell. It's the Starboard. We can actually find his work there faster. Where is that Starboard? Yeah, so in the Starboard, that one's nice. He did one also of I like this one too. It's cute. Where the heck is it? Yeah, this one's really neat. That's Straythorn's Dell. I like that a lot. That one came out really nice. Like when we're looking for like skins and stuff like that. This is like, if they put that out as a skin, that's something like I'm getting like right away. That's the skin I want right away. My favorite character. Did I load up the animations for them? I think I did too. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like whenever you're doing the Werble stuff, that's why I also put a lot of my stuff in my it's not glitching. That should be right. Yeah, I misspelled it. Let me see if it's that way. Let me just check. I might have misspelled it because I'm a bad speller. So, and worst comes to worst, I can always fix it after the stream is done. Let's find out. This is how I this is my scientific way of testing. Well, not done yet. That's how I test. Not done yet. Not done yet. Screenshots. Oh, I can't wait to see new even type. This one on TYT. Yay, that should get off. Quartermain, yay, that should go off. That's how fast you can fix those. Report troll of the week. Yeah, it might be an actual hour left. I didn't think about it, right? To me, 12, 1, 2. 2 o'clock, that's only going to be 1400. Yeah. Yeah, we might have to wait till 3. Actually, we might be close. I have to wait till 3. But yeah, man. So while I wait, you know what? I'll play around with Stray Hands picture. Something to do. It's all Catalyst Black related too, so. Yeah, so some of the tricks I'm going to be using too in my comic. I've done so much work with the characters. This Isia is nice. This Nock's one of my favorite, so I'm probably going to be using that Nock in the comic. This Torden is my favorite. I have a really good Sunder also when he's leaping, but I wanted to draw a new version of him too. But yeah, and there's Vince before I named him. And it's String. He's always carrying the Borson. So he's using the Borson here, and he's using the Borson in the comic too. And this is just more my style, less looking at how the stuff is drawn. But the way I'm doing the comic, it's more based on the art style of Catalyst Black. We need to import. We need to add a photo. Nope. Photo. Take that one. Thank you. So what I need to do is take just the outline of his picture. I don't want any of that white there too. I could also do it in Werble, but it's a pain in the butt. And ballpoint pen. This reminds me a lot of the work my brother used to do. And I used to ink stuff with ballpoint pen. It used to look amazing. Like, I don't know how it produces such really neat looking art, but ballpoint pen is actually a really cool tool for drawing. Yeah, so, and if anybody's checking and telling me that the update is up while I'm doing this, that'll be helpful too, because let's add that, and let's use 3 fingers, cut and paste. Yippee. So now I don't need the background, but definitely going to credit Stray Hand for it. So what I needed for here is just that, and what we're going to do with it is we're going to export his picture as a PNG, and then we're going to save that image. Once we do that, so Dusty, this is Werble for you. While we wait, we could do some Werble. I'm gonna have to flip the iPad sideways anyway because there's no other way to use it when I'm doing Werble stuff. I'm gonna shrink this a little bit to make it fit in, and I'm gonna have to bring it back to size. Cool. Like this one's really cool. So that's up. Mixed in with the girl from Monsters University. Let me see if I can find a Babylon Buzz. Deadpool on Dumbo. Yeah, nah, Procreate is the best. So check this one out. That's really neat. This one's pretty impressive too. I'm still trying to figure out how he pulled it off. It's a really cool picture. I'm gonna show you one I really like too that's coming up. These are neat. This is Babylon Buzz. Look what he did with this Batman and Catwoman. What the hell, bro? And I kind of know what some of these stuff is. Like the searchlights, those are actually lightsabers. That I know for a fact. But it's really cool, man. He does such amazing stuff with it. That's pretty neat. Very artistic. I like this one too. A collie. This one's really nice. Like Werble is just nuts. I like this one a lot also. Babylon Buzz, John Constantine. This one's really neat. Simple but really nice. I love this one too. Very cool. It looks like she's walking. Keanu. This is one of my favorite. It's just got so much motion. It's one of my favorite. Babylon Buzz again. Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn. Thanks. Ooh, fun stuff. I get to do an unboxing also while I'm here. I know what this is. It's gonna be cool. If it's what I think it is. And if this is done, that means I can actually start. I gotta work on getting this damn thing into Indie Planet. But I can get people physical copies of this. Hola, stranger. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So, what I just got in the mail, hopefully really finds this. What's up, fella? So what I just got in the mail is some comic books, some proofs for some of the comic books that I work on, or my comic books that I've done. So this is Blue Jay in the Rush. Rush Parallels number 1. That's Rush Parallels number 1. And this is Blue Jay in the Rush number 2. So I actually have physical copies of those books. Oh my god, it looks so good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. So I have actually a printed copy of it. And it shows you some of the works and stuff that I've done. So that's what came in the mail. It looks really nice. Came out really neat. There's an error on it that most people can't tell, but I know exactly what I'm looking at. But this is more of my artwork also. I also make ads inside the book for stuff that I work on. But yeah, this book, wow. This book came out really freaking good. Just here, I'll let you all see. So that's what I just got, physical copies of the books. There was an error in this one that I just sent out and got it reprinted. And now it has all the correct work. And it also has an updated ad to tell you about Blue Jay in the Rush number 2, which is the book that follows this book. So yeah, it's really neat. Um, really nice looking stuff. So yeah, really neat stuff to have come the day of the update. What's up, fella? Want to go to Nana? Alright, I'll let you go to her. Because I'm going to need all the time I can get. So what time are we at? We're at 2:40. So I'm thinking we have another 20 minutes. But within 20 minutes, I can definitely do a Werble. The ideas that I have for the Werble anyway. But I'm going to come here, sir. I'm going to bring my godson to my daughter. And I'll be right back. And speaking of that, be right back. I actually have something for that. Back to the stream. Is it game stream? Which stream is it? So we're back. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play around with Straythron's picture. These are so neat. I'm gonna try to create a Werble with that. So it's amazing. It's exactly what I wanted to use first. What I'm gonna do is create it in a box, and then from there we're gonna go in. That's not the one I want. I want the box. Yeah, box is good. That's good. We'll move on. So what we'll do is go to here. We'll go to here. We can go bigger. We can go smaller. Oh man, undo. I gotta start it. I gotta do it from scratch. Cause I don't want any of the picture cut. I want it like this. And what I need from here. Yeah, let's do it this way. So here's what's cool about Werble. Now, wait a second. Is it live? Let's find out. Stars worldwide. What's the ever, man? Let me just check again. Actually, I will do the way. Let me see. All right, 20 minutes is good enough time. I can pull it off. I can pull this off. So I'm just going to show you some really quick stuff you can do with Werble. Werble is pretty much a free app. I bought a lot of different things to it to add some backgrounds, but you don't really need to buy anything to get the most out of Werble. So like what I'm going to do is I'm going to start animating this character. I'm going to make the character move without using anything. The most important thing you have in Werble for movement is pulse. Pulse does pretty much everything. So pulse effects, let's say we add the basic effect, it's bulge. So you can see like the face is bulging in and out. That's not really what we're looking for. Other ones you have is defocus, which is a very cool feature. I'm probably going to be using that. Another nice one you have is fade in and fade out, which is neat. Pinch, pixelation, shift, which is the one I'm going to be using the most, spin, wave, vortex, and that kind of wave, right? So the trick is, I'm going to be using, probably the one I'm going to use the most is shift, because that's the one I can do the most tricks with. So when you have something like this with shift, I can start taking shift and putting it to different sections of the picture, and Now I can have his head moving up and down. It's subtle. If I want it to be stronger, I can actually just mess around with the shift more. Now you can see that his head is moving up and down. What I want to do too is try to localize it a little bit more. So you can see that it's only his head that's getting affected. And if I want, let's move you over a little bit. So we're gonna do that. The other tricks you can do is, I believe I can spread this open more. Yeah. And then I'm gonna push it back and I'm gonna squeeze it a little bit closer. I'm gonna reduce the range again because that's a bit much. So you can see that. Next effect I'm gonna add onto it is bulge. Bulge or pinch. I can never remember which one works better. But we're gonna mess around with his eyes. And we're just gonna check the range. So you can now see his eyes also closing. We can duplicate that so I don't have to work twice as hard. If we want to make it a little bit more meaningful, we don't want to have everything moving at the same speed, we can change the offset. And while his head is bobbing, we can make the bob happen first. But now, there you go. And now you have the eyes bulging also, right? So next thing we can add is, let me see if I can do it with a pinch. And pinch is funny because it's so wide. You have to decrease the range of the pinch to make it like meaningful. Alright, so we have that going on. The pinch is kind of affecting his mouth. And what we want to do is, because you see that it's also bringing up the image a little bit, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this image itself, and I'm just going to resize it a little bit more. So it's a little bit bigger, so it doesn't fly off the screen. So just adding 4 pulses to it, I basically changed it and made this picture look like it's moving so far. Next thing is I want to try to play around with, I want to make his chest look like he's breathing, and I want to move the hand a little bit, and then I want to mess around with his hair. And I'm going to be doing most of this with just Pulse, because Pulse is super easy to use. So that's the one I use the most when I'm doing stuff. It allows you to animate portions of it really easy. Like if we want to mess around with his hair, easiest way to mess around with hair is either you're going to use twirl. Let me see how that works. We're gonna bring that up. Let's check the range. The range won't be too high. Bring the range down a little bit more. And we can duplicate that one and then move that over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to mess around with the offset for this one, and then like if a wind was blowing, that's what's causing his hair to move, right? Other things we can start adding to it too is we're going to try to add in a pulse for the hand to make the hand move too. I'm going to hit shift. Close it up a little bit. I'm going to mess around with the offset. Then what we're going to do is we're going to copy that, duplicate. We're going to move that over here. And we're going to mess around with the offset here too. Not the direction. So just by simply doing those things, I've added motion to the picture, and you can see his image is already moving, and I didn't do more than add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pulses, and that gives you motion right away. The other fun thing you could do, you could duplicate the layer that I have here, and it has all the same things happening on top of it, and then we can add one of the major pulses to it too. Let's say we added one more pulse, and this pulse would be the defocus pulse, right? We're going to do an offset with it. No. I want to do it range. I want to play around with just the range. And then what we're going to do with this is we're going to mess around with the opacity of that layer, and we're going to go into blending modes. With blending modes, I can reduce the opacity, so you still have the effect of the blur, but it's not as intense. But you can see that it's happening a little bit, right? I think so. I think we're all getting it. Basically, who wasn't? Geo, it's just a Geo. Like Rohit, he wasn't seeing it at first, and then he saw it. But all Secret Service is getting it at the same time, pretty much. So that looks good. We need a background. I'm gonna move that below. My favorite ones to use for backgrounds in this is usually Tech Noir. So like these are stuff that you have to buy because it doesn't exist anywhere else. I love Tech Noir because it has this really cool scene right here. And this scene, if you look carefully, the actual trees are swaying in the background. It's very subtle, but it's one of my favorite ones to use. The other one you can use is this one, but I like this one a little bit more. Now I have that in place. I can add another layer. I'm gonna add some effects behind him just to make this thing a little bit more lively. I usually say this is eventide because of the time of night that it is. From Tech Noir, we're going to go into we could always do lightning, but I need clouds. So I'm gonna add some clouds into it here too. So I have a bunch of really good cloud ones. So this is blue skies. So I'm gonna try to see if one of these will work. Right, it could be like, but that doesn't make sense. How is it gonna work in here? Well, the trick, whenever you got something that looks kind of off, but you want it to fit in with the other layer that you have, you go into blending modes, you go to modes, and then you mess around with it. Change it to an overlay. Once it's an overlay, you can see like it's now the same kind of colors or the space of the area that you're in. Now, I might be having an issue with the way the clouds look. I can also mess around with them too. Let's see. Which one is that? This is soft light. Yeah. Other cool features you have is a masking brush, so I can get rid of some of the clouds because they're on the trees. You don't want that. Let the trees be free. And mess around with this too. Just close it off a little bit. And if it doesn't look good enough, you can actually mess around with different blendings, so it lets it look a little bit better. Other things you can add from blue skies. Where the heck are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Is it lightly? I have so many, I can't even find the ones I'm looking for anymore. Peak light, right? From this direction, we can say like a star shard is falling from the sky. Wow, that's a bit intense. That's real intense. Yeah. We could do that. We could do this. I like that one a little bit more. Less crazy. What I also can do to this to make it a little bit easier for me is go into blending modes. it saturation? Not exclusion. Hue. Actually, no, that's not where you do it. Where's normal? That's not the one I want to do anyway. We do it through lighting. That's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one either. What was it? Color? Saturation. So we can change it black and white that way, right? The reason I did that is because then I can go into here and do the same thing and mess around with saturation here and get this more towards black and white and then mess around with saturation here too. So to have it more gray. Or I can just undo everything and just leave it the way it was. But there's so much you can do. Again, what I like to do if we're playing around with eventide, there's these really cool particle ones that we have. Fairy dust. I love using this in images too, because in eventide we have all that stardust that's flying around, so you can actually add that to it too. So super simple.